Good evening, race fans, and welcome to BSTV. Tonight we have for you the Next Level E-Series Simcontrols GT3 Championship, brought to you from the amazing and one of my favourites, only because I can drive it better than a lot of the other tracks, Phillip Island Circuit in Australia. Track temperature is 22 degrees, so plenty of grip out there for everybody, we hope. And in the booth with me tonight, I am, of course, Princess Pete Bingham. I have Bill Switzer. Good evening.
Good evening, everybody.
Great that Bill can join us tonight. Also, my booth buddy for the last 3 nights, Tyler Newitt. Good evening.
Hi, Pete. Hi, everybody.
And our very injured cameraman, Sam Boozen. How are you doing?
Doing good. Good evening, everybody.
Awesome stuff. Phillip Island is a great track. I've actually had minimal, but still success here. It's very much a favourite of mine. It's got some amazing features on this track that are not replicated in many other places. Ricardo Romkema is heading towards one of them now, which is this climb up the hill here. And the dip down into the tight right-hander should be good fun. Tyler, Phillip Island and GT3 cars.
Was there more to that question, or is that?
There was, but I kind of run out of words. My brain's not functioning.
Yeah,
warming up,
sure.
warming up.
Let me fill in some blanks there. Phillip Island and GT3 cars should be excellent. I think it's such a fun track, and we obviously, the 4 of us have driven it a lot due to our participation in the V8 supercars, since this is one of their classic tracks. But a lot of the series on iRacing don't get here as often as the V8s do, and I think people are missing out because it's a real treat. There's a bunch of different and interesting corners, and I think these GT3 cars are going to be quite fun to drive around here. And the racing, it's a tight track. It's not the easiest to overtake, but there are definitely places around here where you can make a pass happen. So I think we'll hopefully see some good racing as well.
Yeah, and Bill, when are they going to get more real with this and have some seagulls for people to hit?
Yeah, really.
Is this a track that you like and have success here in the past, or is this one of your stay away froms?
Oh, no, I'm not very successful at any of the tracks that iRacing has, but I have to tell you that I think this is a marvelous track, and both Pete and Tyler covered it perfectly. I mean, it's just got a lot of neat stuff here. It's a lot of fun to drive, even though I bite at it, but it's really a great place. It's a place that I really wish I could go to in person. It looks like a beautiful setting too, on the edge of the ocean there. Really, it's lovely, and it's also kind of like Tyler mentioned. It's kind of tight, but you can make passes on here, and it's a pretty demanding track. There's some really tough spots. I think turn 1 and 2, boy, I'll grab onto your sphincter. Let me tell you. I mean, you're roaring down through there, just barely hanging on. I'm thinking of a V8, which these handle a little bit better, obviously, but then you roar into that kind of off-camber turn there that, I mean, you just got to hang on you're on the edge of adhesion there. And if you go off there, it takes you about a week and a day to get back on track. So, but it is a marvelous thing. I think these guys are going to have a ball racing here, and I think it's going to be a really fun race to watch.
Yeah, you're right. And turn 2 is pure evil. It draws you in. It says you can drive me way faster than you think you can, and then it goes, no, you can't. Off you go. You're exiting stage right, and you're going to be out there for a week. I think we've got all the big names in tonight, Tyler. We have Carlos, Mirko, Max, Stefano. We've got everybody stacking up in here,
And they're all chasing our good friend Wobbly Kneecap, who is sitting at the top of the board at the moment with a 126.3.
Wow.
That is pretty sporty around here, I have to say. Carlos Dieguez is currently sitting 3rd. That's not where we're used to seeing him in the qualifying effort. He tends to be pretty dominant in the qualifying sessions in the first races. It's the reverse grid races where he's run into some trouble. But at the moment, everybody chasing Wobbly Kneecap, who is showing the way around Phillip Island at the moment.
I got a question for you, Tyler. Diego is driving a BMW, which doesn't seem to be the choice of cars here, and by my understanding, ignorance, I guess, doesn't appear to be as fast as the other cars. But yeah, he does a great job, and obviously that shows that he's a tremendous driver. Now, you've driven all these cars. Do you think the BMW is on par with the rest of the vehicles that are out there, basically?
Well, I haven't driven the BMW. It's the one of these that I actually haven't gotten behind the wheel of. But from what I've heard from other people, it is definitely capable of putting in the lap times in the hands of a capable driver, which Carlos certainly is. We've seen him wring the neck of that thing week in and week out. But is it the easiest car to get speed out of? That I don't know. I don't know that it is. I think you see a lot of drivers in the Audi. We've described it when this discussion has come up before as kind of the best all-rounder. Does have a tendency to bite at you, but in general, it's, I think, one of the easier cars to extract the speed out of. In my experience, the Lamborghini is, which we see Weeba driving, is, it's almost like I don't want to say softer, because it's not really the mechanically correct term, but it feels like a mushier Audi from my experience. I haven't put a ton of time into the setups of the Lamborghini, but just driving it around on kind of the baseline setups, it handles similarly to the Audi, as we see. It was that Maximilian Paul, yeah. It handles similarly to the Audi. It always just felt a little, mushier on the controls to me, which is probably not the best way to describe it, but that's how I always felt.
I guess sorry,
Bill. And before Wobbly gets knocked off the top, can we do all the things that Clyde says about me when I'm doing well? So what is it? The qualifying chart is upside down.
He'll be getting the nosebleed up there.
Yeah. Everybody's crashed. Is that another one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there any more?
I think I need to get my eyesight checked.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Specsavers. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bill. Carry on.
No, that's okay. I was going to say, I think maybe the misconception is that the BMW, when you look at it, the GT4, I guess that is version, it has a tendency to look like a sedan more than these other cars. You know what I mean? These cars are a little more aerodynamic looking and sportier looking, whereas that's kind of a sedan looking kind of car, even though it's swept back a little bit. I guess maybe that's the misconception of it, maybe.
Yeah, I think so. You have to remember that these cars are all balanced to a performance spec. So, in real life and in iRacing. So, in theory, they should all be round about the same performance level. Obviously, there will be some tracks that favor one car over another, maybe, or what have you. But the BMW in particular, from what I've heard, and it's not terribly surprising, is that it is extremely comfortable to drive. Again, I've not driven it, but from the people I've talked to, we've said that the Audi can bite you. I hear that the BMW rarely does. If anything, you're more likely to understeer into a wall in the BMW than snap around and have it step out on you. So I think that's probably in line with what you're saying, Bill. It's that big boxy car. It's not going to cut through the air as well. It's not going to be as neutrally balanced as some of the more sporty looking cars like the Audi and the Lamborghini.
Yeah,
so I think that's really where that comes into effect, more as a balance factor rather than a pace factor.
Yeah, probably true. Yeah.
Sam, are we able to find someone who's likely to complete a whole lap? Preferably someone towards the end of the lap.
Oh,
I'm going to have to watch this one on the stream.
Yeah, this is Caleb Lavender heading through turn 1 into the southern loop. Keeps it nice and wide here. There's a few ways you can take the southern loop. He does one late apex I think in the V8s, the preferred way is to just keep it hooked to the inside curb all the way
Amen,
around.
brother. That's right.
Yeah, keeps it tight through here into Honda corner. Oh man, they're braking so much later than the V8s.
Whoa, baby.
He's on the brakes at about the 100 board there, and I think in the V8s
That's
generally are
wild.
braking before the 200. This is a corner. Ooh, yeah, he gets a little chopped off by the next level car there, and that's not the ideal line into the corner either. You really want to kind of late apex that one, which it didn't look like he did. So he heads up towards Loogie Heights here. Another corner on this track where there's not really a perfect line. There's multiple ways to take it depending how you've got your car set up. Here, you want to take a lot of that apex curve. Oh, when he's running to the back of the next level car, I think. But really, yeah. Oh boy.
That was an anger crash, I think.
Yeah, at the bottom of Loogie Heights, you really want to take as much of that apex curve as you can and keep it to the right to set up the final two corners, because otherwise you're not going to be able to carry enough speed through.
Another guy going up the haystack, and then...
Yep, Tarek Al-Shimi, and he gets on to the grass. You don't want to be braking there.
Saved it. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
You know, it's funny when they were going into Honda there, Tyler. I got a chuckle in the background. I heard you going. He's going. I could tell the old V8 drivers going brakes, brakes, brakes.
Yeah, I thought for sure he was going to be overshooting that one, but no, these cars have actual brakes.
Yeah, they do.
Unlike the V8s, which is just some guy sitting in your wheel grabbing the caliper when you need to slow down.
Like Fred Flintstone style.
Basically.
Oh dear. Good to see a Ford in this one. I like this Ford. This is the one I like the shape of the best.
That'll be Simon then, yep. The lone Ford driver.
He is, but he's done all right with it in previous races. Speaking of previous races, hopefully I'm about to relay the results of the previous sessions. Well, maybe not. That was from the 5th of February. We've raced since then, haven't we? Where will I find race results?
I believe it was a GazX double win overall. I think it was Martin Statman race 1 and Mirko race 2, or was it Maximilian?
I don't think Mirko was there. I don't think at that one. Maybe
he was at Suzuka, yeah.
Sadly, I can't find their results. They have lots of pages, and none of them are the right ones.
Yeah, I think GazX had a podium lockout in race 2,
definitely.
potentially. Yeah. So I remember a strong showing from GazX. Unfortunately, I don't remember who the AM class winner was, but Jeremy Vandekratz is 3rd overall and 1st of the AM class runners. That's an impressive time there.
It is, and good old Wobbly is managing to keep this all the way through so far.
Yeah, those top 2 times haven't really changed since very early on in this session. We've been Nijkamp and Robin van Breck put those in pretty early on. They've continued to turn laps, but they haven't really improved.
You don't think Weebly thought that he could use nitrous? I told him how well it works. You don't think so, do you?
Virtual nitrous.
Yeah.
He's probably inhaled it.
I'll tell you, these JDM cars here, something's wrong with the number board on the side of these cars.
Sometimes the paint map doesn't come across very well.
Yeah, I mean, there's just black numbers on there, which you can barely see.
Yeah, they just don't have number plates, I think, is what it is, Bill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just written on the paint. So this is car number 21, which is Wobbly.
Yeah, different look for Wobbly, not the usual next level paint scheme that we've seen.
Yeah.
Time is ticking down in qualifying, but really nobody is setting personal bests or overall bests. Carlos has just done an overall best sector 2, so maybe watch him. But nobody improving massively at all.
No, and the track temperature hasn't gone up at all, so it's nothing to do with that.
I do wonder, Pete, if it's just a matter of the track being too crowded. There's a lot of cars out there right now, and I think we were watching on board with Caleb Lavender getting stuck behind one of the next level cars. I think it really is just a matter of people not able to put together complete laps because of traffic. Carlos on that lap did not improve, but did match his time down to the 10th. So was a good lap, just not enough for an improvement.
Maximilian Paul came up a few spots. He was down, I think, 10th or 11th. He's up to 7th now.
Yeah, that's good improvement.
You know, those guys are never that low down, though. Wow, unreal.
No, and I am surprised that Carlos isn't doing what he normally does and pitching himself right at the top of the chart.
Yeah, I mean, he's up there, obviously. And as we've just seen, he's able to match that time. He's the only one who's gotten close to matching his time. It seems like everybody's kind of losing out in Sector 1. That seems to be where people are down on their best times. So I don't know. I don't have a good answer for why that is.
And I'll tell you, Mirko Bortolotti is just a whisker behind Carlos as well. Not much at all, really.
Yep, and we know Mirko's quick.
And those DSCDA boys, they're back at the top of the pile again. They've been very competitive lately.
Yes, they have, and had a strong showing in the endurance race on Saturday as well, with a win in GT3.
Yeah.
Kevin Unk was one of the drivers behind the wheel of that car.
Kevin can keep up a pretty good pace.
Well, Carlos has jumped back ahead of Jeremy Van de Kratz and pulled within a 100th of a second of Robin van Brenk for a second, but he's going to need to find a little bit more time if he's going to jump to the front row. There's Ben Cullen. Ben was late to the party in qualifying. He had just set his first lap a lap ago, so well down the order in 20th.
He's in 20th, yeah.
Oh, I gotta make Ben a new paint, don't I?
I do like that new scheme better, though. The one that right there. That's a nice looking one.
Well, that's like 2 iterations ago now, because Clyde kept changing his mind on what he wanted, which is fair.
Are we back
Just
on
make
the heck
my life difficult. What'd you say, Pete?
Are we back on the hex seal paint now?
We've got I put Backfire Simsport TV on the side because I got tired of changing it. So.
Right.
So hopefully it stays like that for a little while, but I haven't updated the Audi yet.
I think you are very, very right about the congestion on track. When we were on board with one of the other races before Caleb, or maybe it was it was before Caleb. There was a lot of cars parked at the side of the road, letting other people past. But that doesn't help you, does it?
No.
Do you know what I mean? If you're going to get on it and just start racing and stay out of people's way rather than parking it at the side of the road. I've seen some real big disasters with people doing that over the years, and it just doesn't help anyone.
Yep. Yeah, it's not the smartest idea, although it seems like everyone's navigated that all right so far. Closing in on a minute left of qualifying, so getting right down to it. Not too many cars out on track at the moment, though. I'm only showing about 12 or 13 drivers circulating as it stands right now, so I guess everybody is pretty happy with their times.
I guess Caleb Lavender's not happy with the lime green and black paint scheme, so he went with red.
So I've just seen that there is a 15 lap maximum on qualifying. So I'm wondering if some of the drivers are hitting that maximum, and that's why we're seeing the track not be so busy right now.
Entirely possible, although most of the ones that I'm clicking through at the minute have only done about 5 or 6. Nope, they haven't. They've done 12. I'm reading the wrong one. Yeah, so you might be right. Yep, spot on.
Just 4 cars on laps at the moment. Imam Bakker.
We're done. Qualified.
Yeah, so. And I think that's the reason why people were not doing much. It's because the session takes over right after the times.
Wow.
Ah, right. No cooldown. Right. Okay. In that case, we'll be straight into the race.
We've got the grid up on the screen at the moment. So Wiebe Nijkamp, your pole man for JDM Racing, alongside Robin Van Brank for DSCDA Esports, another strong showing for them. Carlos Diegues lines up in third. Jeremy Van de Kratz, also a DSCDA driver, will start in fourth. Mirko Bortolotti for GazX Racing Team starts fifth, ahead of Niels Langeveld for Team ERU Prestige. Maximilian Paul, another GazX driver, starts seventh, ahead of Ferdinand Kuhl, second in the AM class for Kart Academy. Caleb Lavender starts ninth, ahead of Kevin Unk, another DSCDA driver. He lines up ahead of another DSCDA driver, this an AM class entry, Danny Hugendorn. Hugo Sassa for GazX will line up alongside him in 12th.
13th is Jeffrey Colmel, and 14th is Ricardo Romkema for Kart Academy. Jeroen Vatler, who owes me a sim rig from the last commentary interviews we have, is in 15th from Simworld GT Racing. I'm going to say that every time now until I actually get one. Martin Statman goes off 16th for GazX Racing. Jelle Stamborg goes off 17th for DSCDA Esports, with 18th being Dennis Earhart for Austrian Sim Racers. 19th sees Stefano Pellegrino setting off for GazX Racing Team, and with Fabian Toven next to him in 20th for Scuderia Elysium Racing. Ben Cullen, whoever he is, goes off 21st for BSTV Esports. And 22nd is Richard Boberg for, well, it's just Scandinavia, he's not in the team. Joris Blom goes off 23rd for Next Level, as does, or as is, Simon Van Dijk. He is also Next Level off 24th.
Okay, and in 25th we have Christian Glamsetter, 26th Robin Klucki, 27th Tarek El Shafley, 28th Alex Reinders, 29th Iman Bakker for Frisch Front, and 30th Alice DeVries for Next Level Racing.
Awesome stuff, guys. So you get a nice full lap of Phillip Island on the outlap here, or the formation lap, or whatever this is supposed to be called. I can't even remember. Which gives you some good look at the scenery before it's all torn up with cars flying through it, which we're undoubtedly going to see. We've got a 25-minute race followed by, is it a 45 after this? I always get lost. Yes.
I believe it
45.
is, yes.
Yeah.
And there will not be a pit stop in race 1. There will be a pit stop fuel limit in race 2. So between that and the top 10 reverse grid, things will definitely be shaken up for race 2.
Kevin on the chat's pointed out there are no roaring chicken nuggets in the field today. Sadly, they couldn't be there. And Stacey says she's glad you're back, Bill, and your dulcet tones, but not me and Tyler. So I don't know what that's about.
Come on, stop it now. All right, I'll tell you one thing. I'm pretty impressed with the two rookies up there, JVD and Ferdinand Kuhl. Really well done. 2 in the top 10.
Yeah, that is good. It's number difference in this one, isn't it?
Yeah, those are the AM drivers with the 100 plus numbers.
Excellent. I always get confused with it, and so just in case anybody else is as stupid as me, I like to point that out as we go into each race.
Ben is texting and driving as usual.
As we expect him to.
I wonder how good he'd be if he didn't text, really.
World champion.
Maybe.
At something, not driving. Just
No, just
okay.
texting probably.
Texting. Yeah. World champion texting. Kaz Brinkhausen's got a big whoop for Wobbly. I need a t-shirt with that on. That's brilliant.
Whoop for Wobbly. I like that
Here
one.
we go. Right, these guys have a start zone. It's from the flag tower to the line. So let's watch out for that.
The next level racing
I think we have any pit lane starts this week. There was some confusion last week with the pit lane starters and the delayed starting zone.
So they're going to hold now.
Max Paul has gone early. Wobbly is gone there. Actually, I think that was Hugo Sassa in the GazX Lambo who got a massive jump. He's now settled back into position, but Robin Van Brank got the jump on Wobbly.
Wobbly set off well before, but he got his tyre on the
he's outside,
sand.
oh boy.
Yeah.
So he's making his way backwards at the minute.
Yeah.
This is a crowded house in turn 3 and 4. And into Honda we go. Let's hope nobody does that.
That was Max Paul sending it on the inside and making some positions up with it.
I think he overtook about 11 people.
He said, "What qualifying? Heck with qualifying."
Yeah. I don't need that.
And I got the curb cam. Nice. Jeez.
Stacy said, good luck, Ben, in the chat, which is probably why he's down 5 spots from the start.
Oh, dear. First time over Lukey Heights for everybody. Let's hope they all make it.
And Wally is all the way back to 7th place. It almost seems like he has something wrong. He is dropped so far down the order.
I think he's generally just been mobbed by everybody.
Yeah.
He's been stuck on the outside almost the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a wide outie.
It was.
That's who it was, but that's not where you want to be.
Oh, no. Who was that?
That is Reinders is dropping down the order. Is that Alex Reinders?
Is that who went off?
Yeah, that's right,
Yeah.
Alec. So what happened here? That next level car looks a bit racy. Oh, there's no room there, son.
Oh.
I think potentially that was Isla de Vries.
I think he should have been off the gas and waiting.
Yeah.
He was using what they say in America, the chrome horn, to get through there.
Yep.
So
Here's
back
the
up-
battle for the race lead. Mirko Bortolotti on Robin van Brank, and it looks like Mirko's going to do it.
Yeah, that's a much better line around these two corners, that's for sure. And in the background, lurking, is Carlos.
I would say he's in the foreground, Pete. He's right there.
Yeah, he's watching the action right now.
Yeah, he's, I think, going to have a look into turn number 1. Are they going to go 3 wide? No, Carlos thinks better of that.
Yeah, that's what
maybe
Isla
not.
should have done.
Whoa, look at that.
I mean, they do only have 25 minutes, so they need to get a rig
Yeah,
on.
well, no, that's the what we were talking about in qualifying. The difference in lines that you can take through turn
right.
or through the southern loop rather at Phillip Island. Both of those are valid lines. As that's Caleb Lavender, I believe, getting onto the dirt, trying to work his way around the outside of. I think that's Jeremy Van de Kratz in the DSCDA.
Yeah,
car.
it is. Yep. Wobbly's
This-
under some fire again.
Yeah, that's Niels Langeveld, who we've seen put the fire to people already in this series. He has a habit for working his way forward, I think. Now, who was that in the grass? Was that Maximilian Paul dipping his right side tires into the grass? Don't want to be doing that too often.
Yeah, I think it was. He's got away with it this time.
Ooh, I think Wobbly had a big wiggle there, but he's held on to the spot still. Danny Hugendorn is up to second in AM, ahead of his teammate, no, not teammate, ahead of Ferdinand Kuhl. He's up 2 spots in his McLaren. He was in that battle with Wobbly and Niels.
Caleb Lavender's still trying to go around the outside on all corners.
Yeah, this might be the one where you can make it work. We've seen Nicole Foggy do it in the V8s. You stick it around the outside there and send it into the southern loop, and he's done that just as perfectly as you can.
Wow,
Yep.
that was well
That
done.
was tremendous.
Yeah, Van de Kratz looked at the over-under.
Oh.
That is Jeffrey
Jeffrey
Cole,
Cole, yeah.
who's run wide.
See, 3 weeks later, gets back on track. God.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
the
another
gravel.
one out there, too.
Yeah, I think that's Tarek El Shafy,
Oh,
and Wobbly's
no.
around.
Wobbly's trying really hard now. I guess he's pressing too hard.
That's my 50 quid gone.
Now, did he have help, is the question.
Yeah, we'll find out here in a minute.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
no. That was...
Yeah.
not a particularly fair defensive maneuver from Wobbly there.
No, that was easily well within the braking zone.
Yeah, Niels Langeveld would have had no opportunity to adjust, being already on the brakes.
Yeah.
If Wobbly's going to move to the inside like that, he needs to do it sooner. So that's him recovering past. Who is that? Robin Cloca. So Carlos Dieguez continues to set fastest laps, but he hasn't been able to work his way past either of the two cars in front of him.
And then there's this massive gaggle here.
I tell you what, it's been a strong start to the race for the Gaz X drivers. Mirko leading the race is up 4 spots. Max Paul is up 3 spots in 4th. Martin Statman is up 6 spots in 10th. So they are all working their way forward, it seems.
Yeah, and their AM entry, Stefano Pellegrino, is up 3 himself.
Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah, I think Hugo Sassa. Oh, no.
No. He's going the wrong way.
Whoa!
That is Jeremy Van de Kratz, who got spun around, and Danny Hugendorn, his teammate, was forced wide and is going to lose a lot of spots as well. He was battling with, I think, Niels Langeveld.
What happened here, then?
Oh, he just lost it.
He just lost
him
it
around by himself.
Yeah, got on the throttle a bit too hard there, and I guess had the traction control turned down too low because he just spun it.
Yep. Nothing more to that one.
If I thought air was involved, it almost looked like you got the lift taken off him from a side draft.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was squeezed right.
That was a strong move by Hugo Sassa, and I think he needed to. He was lucky that Ferdinand Kuhl backed out of that one because he could have forced the issue. Oh dear. That's Fabian. Yeah, Fabian Tobin trying to get by Ferdinand Kuhl and Hugo Sassa.
By the way, he's up 11 spots from where he started. Pretty good.
Yeah, he has been one of the hard chargers for sure.
And he's driving a BMW too, isn't he? Yep.
And with all that's gone on with the DSCDA drivers, Ferdinand Kuhl is now the lead AM class driver in 10th overall for Kart Academy.
As Jeroen Vatlet has a look inside Ferdinand Kuhl there, but didn't actually make it move.
I think somebody tied a string between these 3 cars because I haven't seen them any closer or farther than this for the last 5 laps or so.
Oh no. That's
Martin Statman. Yeah, he was on a charge before that. What happened? Was that Honda?
Yep.
No, it was Lukey Heights.
Oh, Lukey. That's right. It was Lukey. Yeah.
Is that your own Vatlet in front of him?
Yes.
Ooh,
and went off road.
Yeah, I was looking to the outside.
No.
Oh,
wow! God, how did nobody get collected in that?
I think some of the credit goes to Martin for aiming for the gap. Trying not to take anybody out there.
Boy, that was close.
Let's have a look
Here we
at
are board. Tighten your sphincter muscle. Get ready.
Yeah, and that was your own Vatlet and Ferdinand Kuhl in front of him.
Whoa! Deary me. Couldn't do that twice, could you? And
my goodness.
Fortunately for Martin, he's got some front end damage now, but lives to carry on 21st place. Yeah, battle. I was just about to point this one out. A battle going on between Jeffrey Kolmel and Jeremy Van de Kratz. Both on recovery drives. We saw Kolmel wide in the southern loop.
And behind him is Martin Statman.
Yeah, and we obviously saw Jeremy Van de Kratz spin. So all 3 of these drivers are out of position down the order and trying to work their way forward. And Ben Cullen has made a mistake.
No.
Shouldn't say that. We don't know if he had help, but probably did.
He certainly looks like he's on his own at the moment.
Yeah, I don't see any other cars in the picture.
Just
Whoa!
Just a lazy spin. Yeah. It looked not dissimilar to what happened to Martin Statman, except Statman let it run wide to try and save it. Ben tried to crank more wheel in to save it, and the rear there was not enough grip. So Ben now finds himself back in 22nd, only one spot down from where he started, so not the end of the world.
He didn't hit anything.
No, I don't think so.
What do you think these guys are waiting for, the last lap or what?
I was going to say I think Ben's hit his talent ceiling, but he's obviously listening and will probably type. I think he's put in there it's too late to change gear, so maybe he dropped a gear.
Mr. Tobin is up 11 spots. That's
not to doubt Ben, but I'm not sure what he means by that, because
looks like we're getting a little feisty here all of a sudden. Carlos moved in close there for a second, but he's backed out again.
Yeah, I think there's two possibilities here, which is that these three are aware that they're well quicker than the field and are being patient.
He's moving on.
Or alternatively, and I think what is actually the case is they're all running to the best of their abilities right now, and they're just no, that's Mirko sideways and into the tires. That's going to be Robin Van Brank sideways, and that's going to be Carlos Dieguez into the race lead.
Well, wasn't he smart hanging back, huh?
Yeah, absolutely that. He says, thank you very much, boys. So what actually happened then?
It was side-to-side. I think Mirko... I think he didn't anticipate Robin sticking it around the outside yet. Just a little nudge there.
I don't know whether...
Looked like he got a little loose first before
Mirko, got just a little over-rotated on the way in. I don't know if I can see that again.
I think Mirko was running his normal line as if he was going to have a clear run to the outside of the track, and I think Robin just stuck it a little deeper than he had been in laps previous. And Mirko, even if he tried to give him room at the last minute, it wasn't enough.
Well, regardless, there was a coming together.
Yep. Both of them have recovered fairly quickly, though. Robin is still in second, Mirko in fifth.
Yeah, but we've now got Maximilian Paul on his six and crawling all over him like a bad rash.
Yeah, that's Niels Langeveld through on Mirko. I'd imagine he's struggling a little bit with some damage from the tire ball.
Yeah, definitely. There comes Caleb Lavender on Maximilian Paul. Ooh, or does he?
Wow.
Oh, no, what's going on here?
Wow.
Oh, that was a wiggle. Goodness.
My goodness. How the heck?
Have we got a bit of touring car bumping going on?
Oh, Caleb. Oh.
Gee, you don't get any closer without actual contact.
How did I put it yesterday? There was a car width and an inch there.
Yeah, really.
Caleb Lavender used it.
all of it, yeah, for sure.
And this has brought Niels Langeveld and Mirko Bortolotti right back into this battle.
And let Robin Van Brank do one down the road a little bit.
Yes, oh, indeed. Oh, that's Fabian Tobin, I believe, who's wide there.
Oh, no.
Yes, it is.
That's too bad.
Oh, and side by side, that's Simon Van Dyke and a DSCDA driver. That's Hugo Sassa in the other Gazx Lambo who's wide. So that's Simon and Jeremy Vandekratz battling here. That's for fourth in AM class. Oh, Fabian. So it was Fabian and Hugo who came together.
Well, they haven't done... Oh, yes, they did. Yes, they did. Oh, very much so. Yeah, that was... Yeah. Enough said.
That was...
Bill can do nothing but laugh.
That's Simon.
That was Simon.
Yeah, what's Simon done? That was Lukey Heights.
Whoa.
I would imagine it's similar to what we saw from Martin Statman and Ben Cullen.
If you're going to do that, Simon, put a rotary blade on the bottom and do the grounds people a favour.
So here's Max Paul. Caleb Lavender got through at some point.
Wow.
Now Max Paul trying to get back around. Mirko Bortolotti sails it in. He's going to... Oh, he was in danger of running wide there. Yeah, that's Niels Langeveld in the white Audi, getting through on Max Paul and getting a headlight flash. Those two were real-life teammates at one point, so I would imagine they're on a good rapport, but not too friendly at the moment.
There's Langeveld around the outside in Honda.
Yeah.
Heading up towards Siberia.
think he's going to get that done.
He's got it.
Teammates doesn't always equal good rapport, does it?
No.
No. That's class.
Well,
the gloves are off in this little group. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
They have absolutely lost Robin Van Brank, who has maintained about a 4.5 second gap to Carlos Dieguez. That's not changing much, but these drivers are now about 4 seconds further back from Robin Van Brank, which that was under a second not all that long ago.
There's Wobbly on a recovery drive.
And Fabian Tobin on a recovery drive.
Yeah.
I think everyone from about 12th on back is on a recovery drive at this point.
Yeah. Oh dear. Including these guys. Well, definitely that Lamborghini. Who is that?
Christian Ramsey there.
Yeah.
And
Alex
De Vries in the Mercedes. Oh, so it wouldn't have been Eilis who was involved in that first wreck, would it?
No.
No.
Who would that be then?
Do you know Sam?
Joris Blom, maybe?
It was one of the... I think it was...
Is
it was a green next level car, yeah.
Pete Bingham?
Well, it's always a possibility, but...
Yeah, thanks.
I'm sorry, Pete. You're a lot better than you let on to believe.
So Niels Langeveld seems to be the quickest of the bunch here, because he is the first car who's been able to gap any of these guys. He does still have Caleb Lavender not too far behind, but they've dropped the Gaz X pair by a bit.
He certainly has, wow.
And it's not often that happens in these races. Those two Gaz X cars are usually right up at the sticky end of it all.
Bortolotti may have some damage, as we know.
Yeah, that's true.
He certainly has some damage. I don't know how much it's affecting him, but he definitely got into the tires pretty good.
Where's he gone?
Where's
he gone? Not there. Oh, right, there you go. He's had enough of that damage.
Yeah.
Well, this is an interesting call here from Mirko, because they don't need to pit here, and he's taking himself out of a position for the reverse grid, so...
That's true.
I'm not sure about that one. Unless he's had enough of this race.
Could be.
Usually, though, you just pull off and exit out if you're rage quitting.
Or crash into the wall or something.
Wobbly's still able to hold off Fabian Tobin for now.
Yeah, and then we've got Ricardo Romkema on the back of Martin Statman, I think that is.
Yep.
Stefano's trying to keep Abnormal at bay.
Yeah, that's Danny Hugendorn in the smiling McLaren. This is the battle for second in AM. Ferdinand Kuhl, not terribly far up the road. They're not out of touch with him.
Now that McLaren looks like a cartoon character or something, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's quite a decent paint job, to be honest.
It is. It's really wild.
There is Ferdinand Kuhl, so just heading into turn one. And you can see the two other AM drivers in the back of the shot there.
Yep, not too far away, you're right.
Now let's have a look at lap times, because it seems like that's closer than it was. The last lap they were all about even.
Yeah, pretty close.
Yeah, pretty much even. Jeroen Vatlet is the quickest of this group that we can see on screen, and if he gets by Ferdinand Kuhl, or gets to battling with him, that'll help these two catch that gap up. Dennis Earhart also in between the AM drivers.
We're back at the minute with Niels Langeveld leading Caleb.
Yeah, he hasn't really been able to drop Caleb Lavender like he did the Gaz X cars. Ooh, that's the opportunity there for Danny Hugendorn.
Wow,
up over Lukey Heights, but can't make it stick.
That was a nice
try and get the run off here. but I don't think he's going to have it. Carlos Dieguez sets another fastest lap, 126.89.
I'm surprised you can see where he's going through the tears of laughter and joy at taking the lead of the race with 2 freebies.
Langeveld and Lavender have been at each other for many, many laps now. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, I really thought Niels was going to be able to drop Caleb a bit, because it seemed like Caleb was kind of holding that group up, but he hasn't really. Caleb stuck with him. I don't know that he's got enough to pass Niels without Niels making a mistake, coming to probably 3 to go, maybe 2 to go this next time around.
Yeah. Neil's got to be on his toes, though. One hiccup and he'll be by.
Yeah, these two continuing to battle, which is good news for Ferdinand Kuhl, who has dropped them by a little bit over the last couple of laps.
I think Niels... Oh, yeah, I was going to say, I think Niels Langeveld's getting caught a bit more by Caleb.
Yeah,
it seems
fighting for the pole for the next race as well, guys. I don't know if you
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Sam brings up an excellent point.
Yep.
That Stefano Pellegrino, Danny Hugendorn, that is the battle for pole for race 2 with a 10-car reverse grid. So not only are there AM class points at stake, but a great starting position for race number 2 as well.
Yeah,
I think
Answer Ben on the chat. You need another 8 places before that takes effect.
I was going to say on this battle, it really seems like Niels is able to kind of pull away on the back half of the circuit.
Yep.
And then Caleb closes him in, kind of coming out of the last corner onto the front stretch and can stick with him down into the southern loop. Although saying that, Caleb's right with him now through Lukey Heights.
Well, like you said, Tyler, it appears that he seems to have the straightaway speed to be able to catch up to him. But
Yeah,
and of course the draft as well.
Yeah, Niels is driving a bit defensively at this point, which is, well and good. But if that Mercedes can get a good tow down the front stretch here, he's going to be in trouble.
And he needs to get in front of him for one lap.
Oh, there's the defense for you.
But Caleb's already been round the outside of drivers once this race what's the name of the corner? Can't remember.
Do we know if we got the white flag this time? Because it's going to be very close. No white flag? Okay.
Is it Dewan turn 1 it is, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it will be.
Ooh. And that's Isla de Vries getting out of the way there. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but he clears the path for Niels and Caleb and is getting flashed by Max Paul for that.
No need. You're about a million years away. Well, this is definitely where the action is at. Different lines into the right-hander here at the bottom of Lukey Heights. We're going to pick up the white flag now. We are. Yep. Thanks, Sam.
Yep. Another fastest lap from Carlos by fractions. He keeps improving, by hundredths of a second. Are you sure that's not the checkered, Sam? Because that looked like the checkered to me.
No, I believe that's a white. Shows up on the top being a white flag too.
No, everything shows as white.
Okay.
So that's white flag.
Ooh, and here's Wobbly making his way through again. On Danny Hugendorn, so Wobbly's trying to get himself into 10th place. He's got a little bit of drive
he's not far off it.
Stefano, yeah. One tyre off from Stefano, and Wobbly will be in there like swimwear.
Oh, Caleb wants that spot.
Wow.
Pushing him round the corner there.
Yeah. Oh, I think Wobbly's going to get Stefano. Just watching the relative. Yeah.
That's a crazy amount of speed if he's going to manage that.
Drop back a little bit, so could be wrong, but he was really closing him down for a second there.
Here we go. If he's going to make his stab at this one, it's going to be now. He's too wide there, though.
Well, that's a hard place to get.
Yeah, don't think that's going to happen. There is Carlos with yet another win in race 1.
Yep.
Oh, and Hugendorn's got back by Nijkamp. Oh, they've come together.
Oh, goodness. Uh-oh.
I think that was a lap car, actually, because that white Audi, that was not Danny Hugendorn. Well, Stefano Pellegrino is going to be your pole sitter for race number 2. But what happened to Weeba on the last lap there?
No idea, but he's dropped back quite a way. He's lost about 4 positions.
14th or 15th there, I think.
He's on his own. Just pushing too hard, maybe.
No, I think it was a slow lapped car.
Oh,
it was on his own. Yeah, and then he's come back into the lap car. Oh, dear. I think that was potentially Tarek El-Shafi. Yep. So, innocent bystander, Tarek. Sorry for sort of throwing him under the bus there, but that was... Yeah, that was all on Wobbly.
I'm sure he wasn't expecting that.
In terms of excitement to the end of the race, that was it. And we're still going.
Yeah, this is Backer and Glam Cedar for 24th and 25th. I think it's going to be Backer.
Yep.
I'll double check that I'm not premature this time. So your Heat 1 results from Phillip Island for the Next Level Simcontrol GT3 series is Carlos Dieguez, who has won by 6.7 seconds over second place Robin van Brenk for DSCDA Esports. Third is Niels Langeveld for Team ERU Prestige, and fourth is Caleb Lavender. Fifth is Maximilian Paul for GazX Racing, with sixth being Kevin Unk for DSCDA Esports. Your first AM finisher is Ferdinand Kuhl for Kart Academy. Then Jeroen Vatlet for SimWorld GT Racing, who is a pro driver. Also pro is Dennis Earhart in 9th for Austrian Sim Racers. Your second AM class driver, second on their podium, is Stefano Pellegrino for GazX Racing Team, and he will be your poleman for race 2 tonight. Danny Hugendorn finishes off that podium for AM in 11th for DSCDA Esports, and Fabian Toven finishes 12th for Scuderia Elysium Racing. Jeremy van der Kratz finishes 13th also for DSCDA Esports. Martin Statman finishes 14th for GazX. Wobbly Nijkamp, your poleman, finishes 15th in that race after having a few incidents along the way for JDM Racing. And then Hugo Sass for GazX Racing in 16th. Ben Cullen finished 17th, so he did get one of those positions I was telling him he needed for BSTV Esports. And then Simon van Dijk finished 18th for Next Level Racing by SJS Esports.
19th was Jelle Stamborg for DSCDA Esports. Ricardo Ramkema for Kart Academy was 20th. Jeffrey Komel was 21st ahead of Joris Blum for Next Level Racing. Ricard Boberg was 23rd ahead of Iman Bakker. Christian Glam Cedar was 25th. Eilis De Vries 26th. Tarek El-Shafi 27th. Mirko Bortolotti 28th. Alex Reinders 29th. And Robin Kloka 30th.
Well, that wasn't lacking in entertainment value, that has to be said. What are your thoughts on that one, Bill?
I thought that was pretty good. I think Carlos played a smart game there, hanging back for the two guys in the front. I'm not saying it was an easy win by any means, but he didn't have to do a lot of work getting by those guys. But once he got out there, as Tyler mentioned, he kept doing the fastest lap of the race. Had nice, clean air and had his way. But a lot of in battles along the way. Disappointing for Wobbly Knee Camp. He's starting on the pole. It had some issues right from the start, but still came back and finished, 14th? They're somewhere around there anyway. But it was an interesting race overall, I think.
Yeah, and Tyler, do you think that Caleb should have put a bit more bumper to bumper or stuffed it down the inside on one of the corners and really make it work?
I think Caleb gave it a heck of an effort. I don't know that there was much more that he could have done. It was clear he didn't have much pace in hand over Niels Langeveld, so I think he did a pretty excellent job just to hang on there. And, he'll start one spot better in the reverse grid race, so not the end of the world for Caleb. But, no, I thought that race was great. I thought there was a lot of clean action and also a lot of mistakes being made, which is kind of the combination you want as far as a viewer for an entertaining race.
Yeah, and we saw Wobbly making his way back. We also saw Mirko Bortolotti park it in pit lane and not continue the race. Do you reckon that was just I've got too much damage, and if I'm not going to end up in the top 5, then there's no point in carrying on?
Yeah, I'm still a little confused by that one, because the other two drivers who didn't finish the race, Kloka and Reinders, have left the session. Mirko is not. So I'd imagine Mirko is going to run race number 2. But I really think he could have hung on to secure a spot in the reverse grid, because he seemed to still have plenty of pace. So I don't know if he maybe had a meatball that he hadn't served yet and was just staying out as long as he could, or potentially he was just the damage was, driving with crooked steering is never fun. So if he had that, it's very possible that he just wasn't having fun, and that's why everybody's here. So you're not going to, no point in toughing it out when you've got another race coming up.
No, that's very true, actually. It's a miserable old time when you're fighting against a car that can be a lot better than that. My car has to fight with a driver that should be better than that, so all pity to my car.
Me too.
Yeah. Ben's tried to explain what happened to his oversteer moment, Tyler. He says he changed gear too late, lifted off, oversteered, and once it was going, nothing he could do.
Interesting. Well, that's, that's too bad. I don't know what else to say there.
And then what else have we got going on in here? Niels Langeveld, I think he did a fantastic job in that race of, kind of muscling his way through at the beginning and ending up with the second place. That's a pretty good drive, isn't it, Bill?
Oh, he wrung the neck out of that Audi. Let me tell you, he was flying. There were times he'd go into those corners ahead of who was Caleb, and I thought he's never going to make it around that corner, but he did. He did an excellent job, and like you said, really charged hard, got back up to second place. Really well done.
That was third place, guys. Robin Van Wright was second.
That's right.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that. Still a podium.
Yeah, no, I think my driver of the race might have to be Niels Langeveld, because he put on a charge. He didn't qualify as well as we've seen from him sometimes, but he was one of the few who kept it clean on his march through the field. Carlos obviously did as well, but I thought Niels did an excellent job fighting his way forward, and that battle with Caleb was spectacular.
Well, next race, is certainly going to be one to behold, because we've got a few things going on here. Obviously, there's the reverse top 10. We've got some people just outside that top 10 who we know have talent because they ended up on recovery drives from the previous race. And then you've got the likes of Mirko Bortolotti, providing he does participate in this one, who's going to be coming from almost the very back of the field. So I think we're in for a treat next time round.
Yep, absolutely. And we've seen people work the pit stop strategy to their advantage as well. It's a pretty wide window here since they're fuel limited, but not extremely fuel limited. So I don't know exactly when that pit stop window opens. We'll have to wait and see. I think at Suzuka it was something like lap 2 or 3 Don't know if it'll be the same around here, but would imagine that it'll be another pretty wide window. And yeah, for someone starting at the back like Mirko Bortolotti, that gives you the opportunity to try and do something different and make your way forward.
And just to remind everybody that this is going to be a 45-minute race, the second one of the night. I'm trying to see what the incident count is. Incident count is 15x DQ after 30. That seems reasonable. In fact, that's fairly generous, isn't it, for a 45-minute race? I'm trying to see. Fuel limit is 60%. So
yeah, we've kind of discussed it before. It's about an hour-ish for these cars, depending on the track. So 60%, you'd figure somewhere in the ballpark of 40, maybe 45 minutes for what these guys can do on a tank of fuel. Wobbly has posted in the chat that he kind of jumped the start, so he lifted to correct it. That would explain why he wasn't in the lead into turn one after getting a good jump. It was because it was too good of a jump. So took matters in his own hands to redress the issue, and it was all downhill from there.
Yeah, he kind of got shouldered out onto the outside most of the way around, and made a couple little mistakes. Might have got a few nerfs that we didn't see. So too bad. But hey, the fact that he qualified up front and did a hell of a job.
Yeah, it was an impressive qualifying effort for sure. Anytime you can be ahead of Carlos, I think you're doing pretty well for yourself.
Darn tootin'. And about 4 or 5 of the other guys you mentioned before.
Yeah. Well, everybody's very confident because there's only 3 of them on track doing any warm-up on this track, and only 7 of them have actually done a lap. The temperature of the track is exactly the same, 22 degrees, so maybe they think, well, there's no difference here. Why bother going out and wasting a set of simulated tyres?
I think for most of them, it's their opportunity to run to the bathroom if they need
it. Exactly.
So obviously the same start zone will apply. Sorry, Bill, go for it.
No, that's okay. I was just going to say a bathroom and drink break. That's it,
Yep. And depending on where you finished, your drink might be a little stronger than somebody else's.
Yeah.
Very true.
For one of 2 reasons. You either did really well, or you didn't.
Looks like we got a starting grid, gentlemen.
Indeed we do. So as mentioned, it'll be Stefano Pellegrino on pole for race number 2 for GazX Racing Team. Also, the lead AM driver gets the advantage early on his AM competitors. Dennis Earhart will line up second. Jeroen Vatlet third. Ferdinand Kuhl starts fourth, the second of the AM drivers. Kevin Unk in fifth. Maximilian Paul starts sixth. Caleb Lavender seventh. Niels Langeveld starts eighth. Robin Van Brink starts ninth. Carlos Diegues, your race 1 winner, starts in 10th. Danny Hugendorn starts 11th alongside Fabian Tobin in 12th.
13th is Jeremy van der Kratz. 14th is Martin Statman with Wobbly Niekamp in 15th. We can expect to see him making his way through because he was super fast in his quali lap. Hugo Sass will start even. He's not finished yet. In 16th. 17th will be Send Cullen. Simon van Dijk will go off 18th. 19th will be Jelle Stamborg, who Kevin Lawyers on the chat says the front of his car looks like a Ninja Turtle. Didn't even know they were still a thing. Ricardo Romkima will go off 20th. Jeffrey Colmel will go off 21st. 22nd will be Joris Blom. 23rd will be Richard Boberg. And Imam Bakr will go off 24th.
Okay, and 25th we got, let's see, Christian Glamsetter. 26th we have Mirko Bortolotti. 27th, Tarek El Shafi. 28th? No, I'm sorry, I missed it. I beg your pardon. Let me go back. Richard Boberg, 23rd. Oh, you did that one. I'm sorry, Pete. 25th, Christian Glamsetter. 26th, Alice De Vries. 27th, Tarek El Shafi. 28th, Mirko Bortolotti. 29th, Alex Renders. And 30th is Robin Klicky.
So 4 names, I think, potentially not starting this race. Rob Clark, who we know quit the session. Mr. Reinders.
Yep,
Oh,
both
go on.
El Shafi and Bortolotti are on track. So.
Oh, they are.
Yep.
They just reappeared on my screen.
Yeah.
He's right in the back too, isn't he? Wow.
Yeah.
He's in
So,
27th.
we didn't mention very much of Dennis Earhart in race 1, but a really solid performance to get to 9th there, and basically the pro class pole for race number 2. He was kind of, I think, in the back of that battle that we saw between, the GazX drivers, your own Vatlet, Ferdinand Kuhl, somewhat kind of in his own little space, so we didn't see him battling much, but a solid performance there.
It's a good curb cam, Sam. Well done on that one.
That's excellent.
Over Lukey Heights we go, and down into the right-hander at the bottom. You'll probably not see the pace car dip into the pit lane because it's on this bend just a bit further around. You might see the roof of it as we go around or something. And everyone else will continue on.
Hopefully Stefano's aware of the start zone, which it seemed like Wobbly wasn't.
Yeah, it's just before the flagman, and there's not much
Yep.
of it. There's a little grey block on the right-hand side of your picture at the moment, and it's between that and the start line, so they can't go yet.
He's
Not
held the
yet.
field.
Now.
There he goes. Yep. Oh, that was...
Who was that?
I think it was Niels Langeveld.
Mm.
That... Oh, Caleb Lavender's in the grass.
no,
That's going to be big.
Yes, it is. That's massive.
Whoa!
That's
a
everybody
really
in the
good
top 10.
field.
Oh, Ben's getting nudged through there. Now he's gone for a spin.
Carlos
Yeah.
DeBreeze is driving.
Well, that was the whole field pretty much.
That lacked a bit of decorum, it has to be said.
Yeah, I think it was... I didn't see which DSCDA car it was that was in the middle of the 3 wide, but I don't think he knew Caleb Lavender was there.
I think it might have been Kevin Unk.
Yeah, it worked his way to the right, forced Caleb onto the grass, and yeah, I don't think that start from Nils will stand up to scrutiny.
No, I don't either.
Oh, yeah, now that's tough because Kevin was continuing pretty much in a straight line, but the track tightens up there, so Caleb ran out of room quickly, and that's unfortunate because that set off the whole chain of events.
Oh, dear. Yeah, it definitely looks like a jump start from Niels Langeveld. I don't know how he managed to... I mean, the car in front of him did check up a little, but not enough to make that kind of difference.
Yeah, it looked like Dennis Earhart spun all on his own. I think if he hadn't, the field might have gotten through all right, but that seemed to be the critical point.
Carlos Diego's there.
Yeah.
Off on the grass as well.
I'll tell you, there's a lot of heads-up driving. Some of the guys missing those cars coming across the track. Really well done.
And what this has all done
Yeah.
has led to a massive shakeup of the running order as we get another replay of that wreck.
Oh, is that pretty cool?
It is.
The top 5 at the moment, Stefano Pellegrino, your own Vatlet, Niels Langeveld, who might have a penalty coming his way for a jump start, Wiebe Nijkamp, Martin Statman. So how many of those did you guys have on your top 5 bingo card for lap 2 of this race?
I had all of them.
Amazing. Amazing.
Nobody ever.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it seems that Ben Cullen got some of the worst of that because he's in pit lane now. Mirko Bortolotti is also in the pits, and I don't think is continuing on.
Fernand in there as well.
Yep. I mean, just about everybody from 3rd on back got a piece of it at least. So.
Yeah. That's what happened to Mirko, because he'd have been...
Oh, he was clear of it.
Dear.
Just got rear-ended. That's a shame.
It's very strange.
Yeah, he was slowing down and got nailed from behind.
Was that a recovering Dennis Earhart, I believe?
You couldn't really see because...
Oh, and it was Mirko's
yeah.
teammate to the inside of Earhart. I think that was Maximilian Paul.
Yeah. Your other comment from before, Bill, was right. There was some real good avoidance racing going on as
Sure
well
was.
at the start of that. People managing to get on the brakes and avoid getting taken out.
Yeah. We've got Jeremy van der Kratz on Hugo Sassa.
Well, I'll tell you, some of these cars aren't really highly damaged. At least we've got 45 minutes for them to catch up.
Oh, and that's Hugo around.
Yeah, you're right. There's a few out there with no damage on at all, Bill.
Yeah, so, you know, hopefully they can get back up there reasonably within that time.
Well, and the interesting thing, guys, Caleb Lavender and I think Robin van Brenk, who were... Oh, no, you said it was Kevin Unk, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, Caleb Lavender, who is at the forefront of all of that, is back up to 11th place. So
Yeah, I see him there. Wow.
I think the word you're after is epicenter.
that's exactly the one, Pete.
Oh, who's off there in the weeds?
Yeah.
That
oh,
is Christian Glamseeder.
Yeah.
Yep. Here's a pass for the lead going on. Your own Vatlet. Niels Langeveld wants a piece of it too, but he's going to have to wait. Stefano Pellegrino not racing them for class points, lets them through. This is Simon Van Dyke getting passed by Caleb Lavender.
At 300 miles an hour.
Yeah. The
Shit.
overspeed there was unbelievable.
Oh, wow. He is sailing down through there.
That is a recovering Denny Hugendorn on Joris Blom, not able to make it stick. Carlos Diegues, who has recovered up to 13th place. He didn't really have any damage, I don't think. He just kind of got forced into the grass, which left him behind everybody.
He was smart. He took the scenic route to avoid all that stuff, but of course he fell behind, obviously. But avoided the damage.
Don't know if you saw Sam, but Ben said his onboard from the start might be good.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
there's
a burning
a bit of
board.
battle all over the place, so...
Yeah,
you know,
fair enough.
We already saw the start like 20,000 times. So.
Cameraman says, no, Ben, you can't have that.
Robin van Brinks just set the fastest lap of the race and passed his teammate Ricardo Rancama. Or, excuse me, that was Jeremy van der Kratz, who he was going by.
And both Ricardo and Jeffrey Colmel are up 12 positions thanks to the first lap incident.
Yep.
Probably some of it anyway.
What I'll be interested to see is if Wobbly has anything for the top three. We know he's quick because he got the pole in race number 1.
Yeah.
And he's currently sitting 4th on track, but he's under pressure from Martin Statman and Robin van Brenk at the moment.
Robin van Brenk, by the way, is on a roll at the minute. He's just putting the fastest lap of this race.
Yep. Did just mention that, Pete, but thank you.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm on a time delay.
Whoa!
Yeah, you're asking Pete to watch a race, commentate a race, and listen to you at the same time.
Yeah.
That's being
I can
a bit
only
too
do-
much from Pete.
It's a very good point, Sam.
I can only do one thing at one time.
Oh no, you're a multitasker. And a rock star.
Always.
The lead group is really not pulling away from this secondary pack led by Wiebe Nijkamp. So clearly paced pretty even amongst the top few. They have dropped Stefano Pellegrino a little bit, have your own Vatlet and Niels Langeveld, but not by all that much, to be honest. See Niels going for a look. He's not going to have the overspeed for a move, though. Robin van Brenk sets another fastest lap of the race.
Wow. Whoa, a little wide there.
Oh, that's Statman to the outside of Nijkamp. Not able to make that one work.
All of that scrapping just means that these two get further down the road without them.
Well, except for they are scrapping as well, so that's really why the gap hasn't grown all that much recently. Niels is all over your own Vatlet.
Well, I need Uren to be in positions 1, 2, or 3 so he can come into the chat, and then I can ask him when I'm receiving my free rig. Oh, Simon.
Oh.
Simon, don't go across the track. Oh, dear. How did they avoid him?
That was one of the DSCDA cars who nearly plowed into him.
Now, it appears that he has a Silverstone wing on the back of that. Huh.
Yeah, I don't know who donated it to him, but it was very generous of whoever it was.
Really?
Now these two have started to gap just a little bit that following train. That time through your own vatlet was a tenth of a second quicker than Weeba Nijkamp. Oh, but he runs wide in the southern loop. That's going to open the door for Niels Langeveld.
Yeah, he must have this.
Oh, that was a wiggle too on exit, so
Yeah.
that'll be job done for Niels, I think, unless your own has a look back into Honda.
Defensive from Niels.
Oh, and that's Statman through on Nijkamp for 4th place.
Those two DSCDA boys that are sat behind there, they're stalking that little group.
Yeah, and they're quick as well.
And they're not stalking anymore. That's wobbly out of the way.
Went through on
yeah.
wobbly as well. Not quite. Maybe not.
He's done it now, surely.
Yeah, that was brave by Wobbly to hold it around there, but I think he would have been better off filing in line and not opening himself up to pass from Jeremy van de Kratz, which he did. So, a valiant effort, but maybe not the wisest of choices there for Weeba.
Oh dear. That's
my.
Ricardo Ronquema.
Yeah.
I don't know that he was with anybody.
Hard on the gas. Zip.
Oh, he's got massive
Up he
damage
went
on
off,
the right
oh,
already.
Whoa! Jeez. That was a hard bump.
It was massive.
Yeah, Niels has been able to pull away just a bit from your own vatlet.
But Martin Statman has now caught Stefano already.
Yeah, that's Isla de Vries well into the kitty litter.
Stay off the green stuff, Alice.
Yeah.
Oh, and Statman is through on his teammate, so that must have been coordinated between the two. Robin van Brank takes advantage as well. Spin
Danny
for
Hugendorn.
Yep, spin for Hugendorn.
It's an abnormal line.
Now, Van de Kratz, this is the battle for the M-Class lead, so Pellegrino will not have been wanting to let Jeremy Van de Kratz through, but he is now up into the lead of the M category.
That was a done deal. Wow. And Wobbly's behind Pellegrino.
Here's what happened to Hugendorn. I think that is... It's either Maximilian Paul or Hugo Sassa. I think it is Max Paul, but he just went on his own, so...
Yep.
Just the breaking point, evidently.
Didn't hit anything, though, so all well in that regard.
Wow.
Interesting.
Oh, there we go.
Yay! Oh, I bet this is a good matchup here.
I think Danny Hugendorn has taken the opportunity to take his required pit stop. I think we might be just at the top of that window. Because he is back rolling. Everyone behind him, I think, has retired. That's Ricardo Ronquema, Joris Blom, Imam Bakker, Ben Cullen, Richard Boberg, Ferdinand Kuhl, and Mirko Bortolotti, all not continuing.
Well, given that a good 2/3 of the field were involved in a lap one, turn one pinball machine, it's not surprising that we've got a level of attrition in this race.
No, certainly not.
We're less than a third of a way through it.
Oh, that's your own valet wire.
It is. See, he just doesn't want to get in a booth and be interviewed by me. So putting into question. That's all that is.
Exactly.
So that drops him from 2nd back to 7th. He'll be wanting to get the dirt off those tires.
You must be listening to the broadcast, Pete.
Yeah.
Just didn't break enough.
Oh, yeah.
Nope, just drove it right off the outside. Out of Siberia can be tricky. It's easy to do that.
Roan trying to work his way back through on Stefano Pellegrino, continuing to move backwards. Stefano had done a good job, though, up till now. He really held on for quite a lot longer than I expected, and is still keeping up the pace relatively well. He's got a big gap towards the third place car rather in AM, which is Jelle Stamborg in 15th. So he can be pretty comfortable where he is at the moment.
Whoa!
Whoa! Nice catch! Wow.
That was Eyeless again, I think.
Oh, it was, yeah.
Here is the battle for 2nd. I think Van Brank is probably the quickest car on track in this race.
He seems to be moving along pretty good.
Yeah, he wants to get through on Statman. He's in a good place to do it, coming into Honda. Around the outside. He'll be on the right side for Siberia if he can hold it. And he can. He's through.
Good move. Well set up.
Something's happened to Hugo Sassa, I think.
He seems to be dropping down the order quite quickly.
Yep. Off track in the southern loop, perhaps.
Yep.
Missed braking in behind Carlos Dieguez. Or does he lose it? Wide on exit.
And a tire off.
Yep, that. A little bit different. We like the variety, but not not ideal for Hugo Sassa.
So he was battling with Carlos Dieguez, wasn't he? So that would have been for 10th place.
Yes, yep. You are absolutely right there. Yeah, Carlos has not been able to move forward like I thought he would. And I'm wondering if he did actually pick up a little bit of damage in that opening scuffle.
He possibly could have. He might have hit something.
He's not setting the lap times he was in race number 1, and he's been in some clean air. So
I don't think he's finished racing yet.
no. Now, Statman's not letting Van Brank get away, but really these two need to work together to reel in Niels Langeveld, who is off a few seconds ahead in the lead.
Yeah, you can just about see him in shot sometimes, so they'll have him in view. Be very, very tempting to just go a little bit too fast on certain corners to try and catch up.
And if Langeveld does get some kind of a penalty, we don't know what it is or if he's going to get one at all. So we got to wait.
Well, Ben doesn't seem to think he will do because the session had gone green at the point where he decided to gun it. So Ben,
but it's for the series. It's at the leader's discretion in the start zone. So I think that'll be.
I don't know. It's a judgment call, I think, there, but.
I think as long as the leaders have prescribed a start zone, they've made it clear you're not supposed to follow what iRacing is saying. So
yeah.
I think that's going to be the argument against Niels. I'm sure he'll argue that, as Ben said, well, iRacing said I could go. So.
Well, I'll tell you, if it stands up, he did a hell of a job getting through there. That's for sure.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. I mean, he's done an amazing job so far. I don't want to take away from that. Just
oh no, we're not trying to. We're not.
There is the threat of penalty looming.
Yeah, we're not trying to put an idea in anybody's head or anything, but it did look questionable. But if it's good on him. Whoop! Looks like he's making a move finally. In the Honda, maybe not. Nope.
Maybe not. And it's the other DSCDA car just behind him, Jeremy.
He just couldn't get off that corner.
No, he couldn't. Not enough traction that time. I tell you what, though, Martin Statman, he's not easily bullied, is he?
No.
How could you be in that BMW?
Yeah, in your Challenger tank. Yeah, absolutely.
Look at this.
Ooh, that's a lunge.
move.
Yeah, but you got to make it stick around the outside here.
Oh, he's holding on hard.
And I don't think he can.
No,
Nope.
no. He might. Ooh, I was going to say that other Audi might get underneath.
I think he has into the final corner yet. You open yourself
Yep.
up. Oh, a little nudge.
No. Stick with it, Martin.
Wow.
There
He
we go.
hung on to it there.
Lively's going to try to get by him too.
He's going to succeed, I think.
Yeah. Slingshot maneuver.
Well, that little off track there for a second slowed him down just a bit.
Yeah, well, that'll be good news for the DSCDA guys who can now work together a bit to try and close down on Niels. A little bit of breathing room for Robin. We'll see if that does him any good as far as lap times are concerned.
Yeah, you can look out the front instead of the front and back now.
Yep.
I think Carlos Dieguez has caught Jeffrey Colmel. And he's caught him quite quickly as well.
Yeah, he's about a quarter of a second back by my timing, which is well within striking distance.
And also Caleb Lavender. Yeah, here we go.
Okay, so interesting to note that last time around, with some clean air and not looking in the mirrors, as that's Dieguez through on Colmel. Niels Langeveld did a 1:27.7. Robin van Brenk 1:27.3. So starting to chip away at that gap. He's got quite a bit of time left in the race to do it. Pretty much the entirety of the first race still to go.
And a pit stop.
And a pit stop. So far from over here at Phillip Island. Oh, that's Lavender on Valet.
He was trying to climb over him, I think. I don't think he was trying to go round.
Well, I tell you, Caleb Lavender is attacking today. Wow.
He really is.
Well, yeah, and then after all's been said and done, and as Pete said, at the epicenter of the start crash, he's right back where he started. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Certainly hasn't given up. Wow, he is still going hell bent for leather. I think he's faster than that. What is that?
It's a Lamborghini in front of him.
Lamborghini, yeah.
Ooh, good lap last time through for Niels Langeveld. Nearly matched his best 27.1. And Robin doesn't have an answer for that at 27.5. So trading quick laps at the moment are the top two, with about 6 seconds between themselves.
That was a very confident and very commanding overtake from Caleb Lavender just then.
What else is new today?
Yeah. Yep.
Looked like he had a wiggle out of Southern Loop there.
Yeah, sure did.
Because it's not a point where you're going to be defending, but he cut to the inside of the track quite hard.
Not going to be warming your tires right now either.
Oh, I think Niels Langeveld is listening to the broadcast and heard me mention that Robin van Brenk was going to be chasing him down because he's just set a purple Sector 1 to go off of his nearly fastest lap. And Carlos Dieguez has set a purple Sector 2, so suddenly everybody is lighting the timing sheets up.
Well, we're a little bit past halfway at this point.
once again, Niels Langeveld matches his personal best. He has been incredibly consistent. Van Brink, once again, a couple of tenths off, so that lead is growing out front. Carlos Diegues went 2/100ths quicker than Niels Langeveld, though, so Niels not the quickest driver that lap. Martin Statman also set his fastest lap of the race, chasing down Wiebe Nijkamp.
Wobbly's holding his own pretty well, doing pretty well right at this moment.
He is.
In fourth place.
And he's also catching the two in front of him.
He certainly got his eye in the mirror, though. He's running a heck of a defensive line, trying to keep Martin Statman back there.
He is. He's also drawing Martin with him as he's going forward towards these two DSCDA boys. So I don't think that this is all done.
Never.
And there's Carlos on Stefano now. He's certainly picking him up, isn't he?
It appears we might be doing some pit stops. Alice DeBreeze is in. Carlos Diegues is beginning to close in on Stefan Pellegrino. Gonna get him too. Turn one. Wow. Jesus.
Stacey wants us to get Ben in the booth, but I don't think we can fit his ego in here. There's it's just not enough room.
No, it won't be to anyone's benefit, I don't think.
Wobbly's in the middle of it right now.
He's pretty much been in the middle of it all race. I mean, he's
Yeah, I know it.
worked his way through the opening scuffle, but since then has been in battles pretty much constantly.
Yeah, he's going to be exhausted by the end of this because Phillip Island's quite a high-energy track for the driver.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
And given all the incidents and accidents that he's weaved himself between and been involved in, it's going to be quite an exhausting effort for Wobbly today.
Yeah, so continuing the trend of purple, Caleb Lavender has set a purple sector 2 on this lap. Definitely, I think the track is getting quick and the cars are getting low on fuel, so I think everybody is going to continue to set some quick lap times. Now, Niels Langeveld and Robin van Brink matched each other down to the 100th that last time around, so oh, no, now Robin's gone a couple tenths quicker, so...
How about Wobbly Nijkamp fastest lap, 127.
Yeah, look at, wow, yeah. So clearly everybody out front is plenty capable of setting some quick laps right now, and conditions seem to be getting just right for them to do that.
Good on you, Wobbly. Keep it up, man. Doing a great job.
Yeah, his only issue is the car in front of him was only 500ths slower than him.
Yeah, well...
So he's not chipping enough off.
These guys are kind of in a difficult spot to pass. It's really, with four guys like that kind of together and almost the same speed and stuff is very, very difficult.
This is Kevin Unk on his recovery drive.
Whoa.
Diving it a bit deep into Honda behind Fabian.
Yep.
Ooh.
Oh! Looked like he gave him a little... Hi, get out of the way.
Yeah.
Answers on a postcard, folks. Because, what was that? You got a bit out of
Fabian,
shape,
I want to get by. You gonna move now? Okay. That looked a little bit net code, but not me. Was close.
Oh, well, I think it was mostly Kevin not being aware that Fabian is braking earlier than he is, which is something you need to be cognizant of.
Oh yeah.
You can't just go diving it late on the brakes and saying, "Oh, I didn't expect it." It's just.
Are you sure?
Well, it doesn't stop people from trying, but no, that is not a justifiable excuse of, I didn't know you were braking that early.
Okay.
All right,
That's
I think it's a good time to watch the start of the race from Ben's perspective. I don't think these two, Jeremy and Robin, will attack each other for now. So.
Probably not. I have to watch this one on the broadcast.
Here we're on board with Ben Cullen.
So, through on the inside there, gets whacked from that side.
A pinball, one might call it.
Yeah, gets to watch all the drivers go past him for a while. I'm more keen to understand what happened to Carlos. Because he ended up on the grass, uninjured, so...
Well, we think he's uninjured. There he is, right?
There's Niels. So where did Niels go?
He's going under the banner there.
Niels has gone before the start zone there. So,
Here comes
I don't
Carlos
know whether we
now.
can
Let's see if he
rewind,
makes any contact.
rewind that, Sam.
Yeah, he's not really
Wait a
gaining
minute,
time the leaders, you know.
Oh, we just
so
missed
I
No,
wonder
true.
if he just went at the same time as the leaders. That's pretty hard to tell. I mean,
There he is right there. Let's...
So you're looking for the
Yeah,
concrete
yeah, I
block.
think you might be right, Sam. I don't
yeah, I think
that
Stefano,
he was
Stefano
early on that
went,
one.
and that was just
No, I think
when
he was
Stefano
okay.
went.
Okay, there's Carlos. No, darn.
I think Niels got a very good spotter that was on Stefano and told him.
I think you're absolutely right, Sam. Yeah,
he's
watching
going at
it
the
back
same
now.
time. So yeah, watching
Because-
it back and looking at Stefano.
Because he went exactly the same as Stefan, and
Uh,
everybody else around them was delayed by, a fraction of a second. So, yeah,
After-
I think he had somebody watching.
After looking at that view, I don't think Niels was early. I think you're right. It was remarkable. Well done.
Yeah, mighty impressive too. Even if he is working with somebody to get him out in front, that's.
Part of the game, though, isn't it?
We're starting to see pit stops. Martin
Yeah,
Statman,
Martin
your own
Statman.
Vatley is in. We've also already seen Jelle Stamborg, Danny Hugendorn, Hugo Sassa, Eilis de Vries, and Max Paul in. Though Eilis and Max have been in for multiple minutes at this point. So the only scheduled stops so far have been Jelle Stamborg, Danny Hugendorn, and Hugo Sassa.
Martin Statman, not a bad idea to get out of this 5-car train right now. Cause
No, I think that's a great call, Bill, Martin, and your own as well.
Yep.
I don't think they were really being held up all that much, but
Time to try something different.
exactly. You're never going to get an advantage doing the same thing as
That's
everybody
right.
else. So
That's right.
try the undercut. If it doesn't work, you're probably going to be right back where you started. So
Yeah, you're really no worse off. Exactly.
yep.
With the wing on the back of that car. Whoa.
Yeah, Silverstone can only dream of one that shape.
You really- I had to leave early on Saturday. Did you award anybody for the best wing, Pete, or didn't you do that, or did you forget?
Oh, I forgot to do that one.
I figured you were probably so tired of it by that point you didn't care.
Yeah, I had matchsticks holding up my eyelids by
I'll
that
bet.
point.
Oh boy. Felt bad I couldn't help you guys more. That was a long day.
No, always appreciate everybody supporting in the booth. See, Wobbly, he gets to this point. He's been here about 2 or 3 times before, and then the two boys in front just go off into the distance again.
That's the
Yeah.
advantage of having your teammate right in front of you, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
And Jeremy and Robin both seem to be on quite similar pace, so they can really help each other out here.
And they seem to be working it as a team rather than being stupid, so that's really good. Well, 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 what do we got here?
So this is Dennis Earhart with, is that Tara?
Tara El
Shafi, who is up quite a few spots.
Niels Langeveld into the pits, our leader.
Into third in AM, as are both the DSCDA cars. Wobbly's extended it for a lap. Seems like he stretched the fuel because everybody else is in the pit lane. So good effort by Wobbly to stay out the extra lap. When have we seen that before at Phillip Island?
Yep.
Let's not bring it up. No, he's done an excellent job there. We'll see if it helps able to use the overcut on the DSCDA boys he was battling with.
He's going to have to nail this lap, though.
Well, yeah.
You know, again, as mentioned, try something a little bit different. You're stuck in a kind of a rut there. Try something different.
Yeah. Now let's see where Statman comes out relative to this group here. He's working his way down the front stretch, but I think he's going to be still behind them. He'll be coming into turn 1 at speed, though. They are required for this league to use the full pit exit, not the short exit. But yeah, no, it doesn't look like that undercut has paid off for Martin Statman.
Nope. Let's put Van Brink and JVD closer, though, to Niels Langeveld.
It has, yes.
That's a very good point, Bill. They were not nearly that. That's almost 7 seconds that they've closed down in the pits.
Exactly. How the heck did they do that? I wonder. Wow.
Let me take a look. Was it? It wasn't.
It's sector 3 from the previous lap. There's a 1 minute.
Yeah.
On 58 seconds.
I bet he's messed up the pit entry then. We saw some dust flying up when they were coming into the pits, but didn't quite see what happened. But no, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, good eyes, Bill. Oh, maybe we've got it.
Oh.
Here he comes.
Yep, for me.
Alright, pit road should be right along here somewhere. Here it is.
Looks alright. Nothing wrong with that.
Well, it didn't look like he was speeding there at all, no.
So where did he get
it would have happened earlier. Yeah, because his pit travel time was about 2 seconds slower, but it was far more than a 2-second gap out front.
Yeah. Like you mentioned, wasn't it about 7 or 8, 9 seconds, something like that? I think.
Last time I looked at it, was 6.4 was his lead over the two DSCDAs.
Yeah.
And the stealth fighter, Caleb Lavender's right here, too.
Yeah, so this is all 4 position with guys who have made their pit stops.
Wow.
And Weeba is just now coming to pit lane, so he extended it 2 laps later than everybody else. That's impressive. As we mentioned, well practiced in fuel saving around here, but we won't go into detail on why.
Yeah.
And who is that? Somebody's just set the fastest sector 3. It's Caleb Lavender, so...
Surprise, surprise.
Yep.
I think Caleb...
Oh, and he's made the move on Van de Kratz. So Lavender up into 4th. We'll see where Wobbly comes out. He's on the pit exit road. He might take the lead of this race.
Gonna be very
He's done it.
Wow.
That's unbelievable. That is... What a job by Weeba Niekamp there.
Let's see if he can hold on to it, though.
Well, he does still have to survive the next 8 minutes, but that fuel saving definitely helped because his time in box was at least a second less than everybody else.
Yeah, he had to take less fuel.
2 or 3 seconds less than most of the other guys he's racing against. So now he gets to go on the defensive, which is going to be tough for him, but we know he can do it, and that was just a fantastic strategy effort there.
Sure was.
So, Bill, tell me what the language is like inside Niels Langeveld's helmet watching Wobbly come out of pit lane.
Why, you two-fisted... Never mind. Niels has nothing to be upset about. He's driven a hell of a race. Both races, actually.
No, but to Tyler's point, that is a top draw effort.
It was smart. Really
Wobbly.
smart. Yep.
Taught him everything he knows.
And not that this matters, but he's a really good egg, too. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, happy to have him in some of our leagues as well.
Oh, yeah, he's got a good sense of humor. I mean, you can kid him a lot, and he doesn't get crazy.
Lots of purple times up on the board. Robin Van Brink just set the fastest lap, but Wobbly Niekamp has set the fastest second sector. So he's not rolling over for these guys. He's got his teammate. That's... I think that was some lap cars in the background. Statman and Diegues.
A little side-to-side Tate right there.
A couple of BMWs.
Whoa.
I believe that is the lapped Audi of Tarek El Shafi in front of them. Looks very similar to Niels Langeveld car, at least for me.
Does. Yeah, that's who I thought it was at first.
Yeah.
Same
but
team.
No, there is Niels Langeveld right on the rear bumper.
Wow.
It's going to have a look into Lukey Heights, but Weeba chops it off. That's fair play. That's the line through there.
Absolutely.
Bit defensive on the downhill.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
He does take shallow lines into a couple of corners.
We've seen him do it. Well, and of course, it was these two who got together into Honda in race number 1, wasn't it?
Yep.
With Wobbly taking a bit of an ill-advised defensive line. Oh, he's trying to break the toe here. But you got to take all of the track into turn 1. You lose so much time if you don't set up that entry and widen it out completely. This is some mighty racing, I tell you what.
Yeah, it really is.
And Robin Van Brink might just be the quickest of these 3 drivers. He sits in 3rd at the moment.
I was going to say, he's in the catbird seat, let me tell you. There's another shallow entrance from Wobbly on that one, also in Honda.
Yeah, that seems to be his regular corner line.
You cut off a charge in from somebody else, hopefully.
But as Tyler pointed out in race 1, that didn't work out well for him at all.
No, yeah, there's nothing in the rules to say he can't do that. If that's his consistent line, that's fine. But if someone behind you is not anticipating it, as Niels Langeveld was in race number 1, you're going to get sent for a ride, and it's going to be your fault.
No, that's true.
is the trouble there? So yeah, it's a perfectly legitimate line he can run. But if somebody's a little bit closer, he's putting himself in pretty serious danger.
I would say at this point, Niels Langeveld is planning some strategy here for the next few minutes that we have.
Yeah, well, he's only got 2 more laps to do it. I think we're going to hit the lap number before the time number, actually, in this one. But
yeah.
But you're absolutely right. I think Niels is backing off just a little bit, whether that's to save something for the final lap or because he's given it all he's had. We'll find out in about 3 minutes.
Yep. Different line by Neil that time, a little outside. He might be holding back Robin Van Brink also.
Well, that's what I was saying. Robin's got the fastest lap of the race. He is potentially the quickest of these 3 drivers, but they're all rapid. So there's just nowhere for Robin to make the move stick.
Yeah.
I think he was probably hoping that Niels and Weeba would get to battling, and he could pick up the pieces as Carlos did in race number 1, but it hasn't happened. They're going to come around and take the white flag this time, and Weeba is looking as comfortable as ever out front.
Yeah, Niels is very much the bubble in the spirit level. He keeps moving towards Weeba and then floating back towards Robin, and then just seesawing between the 2.
I think Robin knows at this point he's got to pass Niels in turn 1 if he's going to have any shot at this.
Like
the question is he close enough to do it? Weeba sets the fastest lap of the race that time.
Wow.
So it's not so much that Niels is backing off, it's that Weeba's found that next level.
Yeah,
Get it? Oh, no!
He's gone.
Oh,
I was just going to say, you were made into a liar just seconds after you said that Weeba had made the fastest lap, because it was Robin.
Robin Van Brink, yeah, it came. Yep, exactly. I was just going to say that when he spun.
Yeah. So, whoa.
I'm still showing Weeba as having the fastest. Well, no. Nope, there it is. Yeah, I see it now. Robin did set the fastest lap that time.
Yeah,
so.
what? Like, uh-oh.
Are you having a Pete moment?
In a little bit.
Yeah, sorry, Pete. So, it is down to Weeba and Niels is back on the rear of Weeba. He's not too far, but he's a little bit far back if he's going to have a dive in the exit of Lukey Heights. He'll need Weeba to get a line wrong here. But Weeba takes his same defensive line.
Whoa,
he's just got to hold it for 2 more corners.
This is close.
I think he's got it if he can keep it clean off of the exit of the last corner.
Yeah,
get a big wiggle there, but...
Last corner is going to be critical. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, here you just want to take it easy and make sure you don't run wide, and he does. He gives plenty of room on exit.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, look at that. Well done. Wow, nice job.
Yeah, what a race from Wobbly Knee Camp.
Something else.
So Robin Van Brank third coming into the...
Oh,
Caleb
no.
Lavender's running out of fuel.
You're kidding.
No.
Oh, no.
He's trying to wiggle it to the line.
Trying to slosh some gas in the tank. Not going to work.
Surely some charitable fellow will push him
my
along.
goodness.
The problem is there's not too many people left behind him on track. It is a little bit downhill for a good portion of the straight. So maybe if he stops weaving and just punches in the clutch, he can pick up a little bit of speed. He needs to stop weaving because he's burning speed doing it.
He's about to start going uphill again.
I know. Yeah. Trying to think who's left out there who might give him a helping hand. There's not too many.
What a shame everybody's going by him. That's terrible.
He's at the grid slots now, so...
Yeah, well, these are 4 positions, Bill, so...
Yeah.
They're looking for points. Denny Hugendorn's an AM class car, so no, he's not let him through. So. Oh, we might make it.
Yeah!
Yay! Well, I don't think 16th place is what Caleb Lavender was hoping for.
What a shame. Wow. He was very quick. My goodness. I see Wobbly in the waiting room already. He's excited, I guess.
Can't blame him.
Yeah, rightly so as well. Well, again, 2 amazing races. One, the second one was amazing right from the line, really. We were debating as to whether Niels had done something naughty or not, and we've determined through half an hour's worth of conversation that he's just pulled a blinder. So
that was a hell of a start, I'll tell you. Wow.
Absolutely. But blinder of the day has to go to Weeb and Ekamp. That was stunning stuff. I don't know what was going through Niels' head when he saw him coming out of pit road. Probably like, how is that even possible?
Yeah.
He's probably top of the charts there. What's your view on the races tonight, Bill?
Oh, what can you say? I mean, I'm out of breath. This last race, the enduro, or the main feature, I should call it, actually was absolutely excellent. Good racing all the way through. I mean, it was hard to get away from those first 5 or 6 guys, though. It was really excellent. And I'm really happy for Weeba. As I said, a hell of a nice guy, and he really did a bang-up job in this race. I think the hard charger, I feel sorry for him, was oh God, I ran out of Caleb Lavender. I'm sorry, I couldn't. I'm out of air. I tell you, this was an exciting race, really was. But Caleb was such a hard charger. I feel bad for him, but that happens sometimes. Surprised at Carlo Diegas with his performance, but of course he could have had an injury that we don't know about, or damage to his car. But it was really excellent. Enjoyed it. Was a perfect setting for these guys, and they really they came up to the mark and they filled it.
Yeah, and Tyler, we saw some of the what you might class as the top guys having real struggles tonight.
Yeah,
is that just Phillip Island, or the number of cars on track, or just because it's such a competitive league?
Well, I'll answer your question, Pete, but I feel like we should probably read the results that have been on screen for a few minutes now.
Sam can wait. It's fine.
Wiebe Nijkamp is your Race 2 winner, ahead of Niels Langeveld and Jeremy Vandekratz, who is your AM class winner. Carlos Diegues comes home in 4th. That's actually better than I expected to see him, because he gained a few spots with the issues late in the race there. Martin Statman in 5th, Robin Van Brenk 6th, Jeroen Vatley in 7th, Jeffrey Kolmel in 8th. Stefano Pellegrino hangs on to 2nd in AM, so well done to him. Kevin Unk in 10th, Fabian Tobin 11th, Jelle Stamborg 12th, Christian Glamsteeder in 13th, Hugo Sassa in 14th, Danny Hugendorn in 15th, Caleb Lavender in 16th after running out of fuel, Tarek El Shafi 17th, and Dennis Earhart 18th.
19th was Simon van Dijk. Eilers de Vries was in 20th, followed by, well, a number of people now that didn't finish the race. Maximilian Paul, 21st. Ricardo Ronkima, 22nd. Joris Blom, 23rd. 24th, Iman Bakker. 25th, Ricard Boberg. 26th, Ferdinand Kuhl. 27th, Ben Cullen. 28th, Mirko Bortolotti. Alex Reinders, 29th. And Robin Klock in 30th. So, we'll get on with the interviews then. Let me set that to there. I shall bring in, for your interviewing pleasure, Tyler, Wobbly Niekamp, when I can find the live booth. I think it's this one. Yeah.
Well, Wobbly, congratulations. I'm glad I get to interview you, I have to say, because I have a feeling I know who's going to get a lot of credit for your win there.
That, I mean, Pete was coaching me awesome.
Very believable, yes. With that massive fuel-saving effort there, and the expertly executed overcut, did you think you were going to be able to hold off Niels for those last few laps?
Well, Niels is very fast. And I know if I leave like 2 centimeters of room, he's just going for that gap. So I was a little bit scared because we had that contact in the first race. But well, I think the last 2 rounds I kept him on 0.5 or something, and that was fine by me. That was a safe margin.
Yeah. So was the plan from the get-go fuel saving? I know, you had your struggles in race number 1, but you kind of got through the chaos in race 2, and I think found yourself pretty well up the order. So was it a fuel-saving plan from the start and try the overcut, or was that just something once you were kind of stuck in the pack that you started doing and it worked out?
Well, this was the plan from the start, because I have this GT4 league, right, where I did the same thing. I was like, well, I can do this in a GT3.
Well, thank you for joining us, Leaving the Camp. We appreciate you talking to us. No, go on.
I did the exact same thing. I did the exact same thing on lifting, and then I was in front of Martin, I think like the first 6 rounds or something, and then he just sent it on me, and I was like, okay, well, it was the same as you did like a couple of weeks ago. I was like, well, then I'm just gonna keep following. But it was the plan, and it worked out. But I didn't expect to come out first. I was like, I knew I was saving more than Robin van Brenk, but I didn't expect first, to be honest. But hey, I'm not complaining after that first race.
Yeah, we think Niels must have made a mistake on his in-lap, because he lost somewhere on the order of 6 seconds or so to the chasing DSCDA guys. So that's how you ended up with the lead. But yeah, it was a fantastic effort. Well, do you have anyone you'd like to give a shout out to before we let you go?
I got this guy who well, kind of stuffed it in my face that I needed to fuel save. So, Pete, again, thank you. No, but really, I mean, you opened my eyes for fuel saving, Tyler.
I appreciate it. Anyone else?
Well, just a shout out to the other guys. I mean, to the drivers. For me, it was a very clean race. I don't know what happened behind me. I don't know what happened in the first turn. I just saw a bunch of cars. So, but everyone I was racing, especially in race 2, was very clean and very nice. And well, it was good. It was cool. And the other guys from my new team were really rooting. So thanks to them.
Hell of a job there, Wobbly. You did an excellent job, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
Well, thanks for joining us, Wobbly. Congratulations on your win, and we'll see you on Wednesday, hopefully.
Yes, I think I'm there. I'm not sure yet, but I think I'm there.
Very good. Congratulations. We'll see you next time.
Hey, see you next time.
Cool. You got to. Oh, did you just flush yourself?
I think I did. Yes.
That was hilarious. Where did you send him? He's vanished.
I
Anyway, he's in a room he's not supposed to be in, I think. So next, I will bring Niels Langeveld into the live booth. I'm just going to nip to iRacing and see where he finished in the first one. Third in the first one, second in the second one. That's a good night's racing, isn't it?
Yes, really happy with that. And it was a tough one. Very difficult track. A mistake is easy made, especially because the rear snaps out sometimes. But yeah, happy with the performance. You have to stay calm, and I actually did. At one contact moment in race 1, this was quite a race incident, but yes, very happy with the points. I feel like that every season I race, I get better and better.
Excuse me, Pete.
Go on.
You made the most amazing start in race 2 that I have ever seen in my life. That was unbelievable. At first we were looking at it on the screen, and it looked like you actually went too early. We thought you were going to get a penalty, and after we reviewed it after a while, we realized that it was absolutely amazing. Really well done.
Yeah, thanks. It was in race 2 like you always, because the front the pole sitter decides when to start, and that's why you try to look to the pole sitter what he is doing when you're from. I started from P8, and at that moment I saw him slow down just a little bit, and that's where everybody braked, and I went to throttle, and at that moment he also went on throttle, and you can see that it wasn't a false start because I didn't overtake him and the number 2. We accelerated exactly the same time, but the other one just had to slow down a little bit. That's why it looked so amazing from my side, but actually maybe a little bit lucky as well. But
there was no luck involved there. As I said, the first angle we looked at it really looked like you went early, but after we looked at it, I bet you 15 times, and then finally we had an angle where it really showed you definitely did not go early. It was a well-timed start, and you did a hell of a job there, man.
Yeah. It's important to make a good start here. The first race wasn't that good, but thanks a lot. I appreciate it. It was a very nice race. So yeah, happy.
Yeah, and you should be too. Anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go and celebrate?
Yeah, I don't know if it's done before, but I would like to thank the organization. They're doing a good job. Love this series always to compete in. It's nice racing, nice fun with a lot of respect for each other. They're doing a good job, and they put a lot of effort and time in it without earning any money. So thanks a lot to them.
Well said. Great racing tonight and 2 great results. Niels Langeveld.
Thanks a lot. Bye guys. See you later.
Cool. And then Carl.
Sorry, Pete. I didn't mean to jump on you like that.
No, not at all. It's good conversation. No, he's not muted anymore. And for you, Tyler, we have Carlos Dieguez. Oh, he is muted again.
Are you with us, Carlos?
Yes.
Oh, very good. Well, it was a. I would say it's not your typical race one because you didn't win from pole. You won from a little bit further back. I think you were third in qualifying, weren't you? So, what was it like having to work your way forward in race number 1?
I don't know. I wasn't expecting the pole position anyway. The BMW in this track, it's a little bit complicated. I had to use a lot less swing, and it was not very confident. So getting P3 was already very good. And I got the luck on turn 1 that Mirko touched. Touched the? I don't know. I don't remember the name.
It was. No, I don't remember either. Was it Robin, Pete? Who he was battling with?
Robin Van Brinken.
Robin.
They touched, and I just said, "Okay, it's my time."
I think it was. sorry, Carlos. I think it was Bill or Pete who was saying you must be laughing your head off, just having the lead handed to you.
Yeah, it was quite nice of them to give me that present. Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, and for race number 2, we didn't quite see the pace from you that we saw in race number 1. We saw that you were kind of run wide in that turn 1 incident. Was there some damage to your car, or were you just stuck battling in traffic and that slowed you down a bit?
While I was avoiding traffic, someone pushed me outside to the grass, and I had a little bit car damage. I had 40 seconds of repairs, and the car, it was not the same. It was not destroyed, but yeah, when 2 tenths counts, yeah, it was complicated. I don't know how I got P4, honestly, in the end. I saw a Mercedes out of fuel on the last corner. Another driver, I think it was Robin, spun on turn 2 on the last lap alone. Okay, another offering. So yeah, but it was a different challenge today. The car was not as fast as it was before. So yeah.
Yeah, well,
difficulties, yes.
Always a good day, I think, when you think the car is not as fast as it often is, and you come home with a first and a fourth. So
yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. It was fun. It was better than the first 3 races, I guess. It was fun.
Yeah, no doubt, a solid effort from you today, Carlos. Do you have anyone you'd like to give a shout out to before we let you go?
To you guys to keep the good work. So nothing major, just that.
Well, we appreciate it.
Podium also.
Yeah, very good. Well, thank you, Carlos. Congratulations again on your race 1 win and your solid recovery in race 2, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, thank you. Good night.
Oh, so another great next level E Series event. We've already talked about the race, so I'll talk about what else BSTV have got going on. On Wednesday, you can join us for the Charlotte Roval race for GT4 TCR. On Saturday, we're back with V8 ESC. That's going to be an absolutely amazing race at Spa Grand Prix. Sam will love it, and Tyler will love it. I mean, it's down here as 90 minutes, so that's going to be an interesting one. And then the following Wednesday, we're at Hockenheim again with GT4 TCR at Hockenheim.
Not that place. Not that place again.
Bill echoes my thoughts exactly.
Oh.
So yeah, I like Hockenheim. I enjoy racing around there. I crash around there a little bit, which is better than a lot. Which is
I wish they still had the one that went out into the woods. I always thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, hopefully they'll add that on.
They really should. They really should. That's cool.
Well, I've had a great time tonight. It's been very exciting, very interesting racing, and lots of events. But I'm going to wrap up the broadcast now and say good night to everybody out there. Hope you're staying safe, and hopefully we'll see you on Wednesday. I'll hand over now to the rest of them, starting with Tyler.
Yeah, good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us, and hope to see you next time.
Yeah, for whoever watched, thanks a lot. We had a ball doing it, and hope to see you next time.